Hello, friends. Welcome back to the mat. Welcome to Yoga with Paige if you're new here, and welcome back if we've practiced together before. If you missed the other yoga fusion class, the shorter length one, I can link it for you here. And if you are returning again for a little bit more fun, we're just going to amp it up, ramp it up this time, and stick with that movement of energy. So this class is just all about letting our freak flag fly. Whatever you want to do or say, or however you want to move, goes. We just find our real true freedom of expression here. We look silly, we feel silly, we laugh. We just find what feels good. We get into these really flowy, fluid movements. We don't worry too much about matching exact movement to breath, just using your breath to help you find and release. Not paying too much attention on alignment here. We're really just finding what feels the best to you and having a good time moving our bodies. Begin today sitting up tall with the feet planted on the mat. Reaching the hands towards the toes, lift the toes off the mat and plant the palms as close as we can on the soles of the feet. So we're just going to start here by kind of waking up the toes, the bottoms of the feet, and the ankles. Maybe we find some little ankle rolls, internal, external rotation. Maybe we bend the toes, give ourselves a little massage here. Just warming up, just getting ready. Beautiful. Maybe we round through the back a little bit, really using the opposition of the hands and the feet to stretch the skin on top of the scapula. One big breath. And we can release the feet, planting them down on the mat, and the hands come behind the bum. Keeping this left leg where it is, drop the right knee down, and then back up, and the left. Being careful to only articulate one leg at a time. We're trying to find controlled movements here as we just gently open up the hips, get them rocking and ready to go. Beautiful. Making sure we're nice and open here. Maybe we take one more each side. Then plant the feet hip width apart, ground down through the hands, and exhale, send the hips up to the sky, reverse tabletop. Opening through the shoulders, the chest, squeeze the glutes. One more big breath. And exhale, release. Cross the feet at the ankles, making your way into easy seats. Hands find the knees. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, round through the back, seated cat-cow. Starting to work through the spine. Maybe we let the hands float away. Leaving all rigidity and rules behind. Tapping into the flow, the freedom, maybe taking some rib rolls. Finding anything that feels good to you. It does not matter what it looks like here. Maybe we just go woo around the world. Honestly feels really good. I highly recommend this. Adding this little move. There we go. We're already rocking and rolling. Beautiful. Whenever you feel a little bit warmed up, jazzed up in the back, we can make our way to a dangling pose at the top of the mat. So feet are hip width apart, planting them down. Exhale, release, belly meets thighs. We can let the hands float to the mat. Maybe they grasp opposite elbows. And just take what you need here. Maybe a little sway, maybe some stillness, just feeling the blood flow to the head. On this next inhale, straighten the legs. Reach the crown of the head forward as we lift the chest. Halfway lift. Big inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, fold forward. This time, inhale, lift the chest, chair pose. Sinking the hips down, slightly tucking the tailbone, arms reach high. One breath. Exhale, fold. Doing that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach through the crown of the head. And fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, chair pose. And fold, bring it down. This time on the inhale, bend the left knee, peel the right arm up, revolve. Only one breath here, big inhale. And exhale, plants. Inhale, reach the left up. Doing this a few times on each side, waking up the body. Maybe we sing a little song at the same time. Maybe we're rocking out to music right now. We're already singing. I love that for you. Beautiful. And the next time we reach a forward fold and we've evened out both sides, we're going to slowly roll up to standing. Very, very slowly. Feeling each vertebra as we open up and untuck the chin at the last moment, mountain pose. Palms reach forward. Take one breath here to really ground yourself down. Spread through all four corners of the feet, lifting up through the crown of the head. Feel the energy that we're about to move, change around, transform. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flat back, dive down. Halfway lift. And exhale to step back to plank, taking a nice controlled vinyasa in your own time. Meeting in downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Take a moment here to really wake up the bottoms of the feet, the calves, the backs of the legs. Maybe take some little hip dips here. And whenever you're ready, we gently make our way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Again, roll all the way up to mountain pose. And this time, ground down through the right foot. Inhale, reach the arms up. Interlace the fingers, palms press up. Taking this left leg behind the right, planting it. Inhale and exhale, bend to the right side. Through center and bend to the left. Just starting to open up the chest and the upper back with these little side bends, starting to make them more fluid. Just a few breaths here, one or two more. That's it. And then release and step onto this right foot, picking up the left knee, coming into tree pose, placing this foot on the inside of the thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up, send this left knee back towards the back of the room, open through the hips. We're strong and tall and steady like a little tree. Just one big breath here. And then release the knee, taking it up into the chest. And exhale, send it back. Maybe we stay here and just take a little quadricep stretch. Inhale, take it in front of the chest. And exhale back. Maybe we bend this knee and make it more of a dancer pose. We can also take it out to the side. Open up through the hips. Maybe we do something completely different for these next 2 rounds of breath. Just noticing where your body wants to go and letting it flow there. Beautiful. One more inhale. And on this next exhale, step back into a high lunge. Reach the arms up. And exhale, let them fall to the sides. Take one inhale. lifting the chest. And exhale, take the chest towards the knee. Maybe the arms come with you. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Beautiful. Loving the sound of your nice deep breath. As you wake up and invigorate the body. One more breath here. And then rain the fingertips down. Step back to plank, taking an optional vinyasa. And we meet at the top of the mat to switch sides. Beautiful. Inhale, raise the arms, interlace the fingers, step the right leg behind, plant the feet, and take your side bend. Quieting the mind as we tap into the movements of the body. Letting yourself just flow freely. Letting your body guide you. It knows what to do. Releasing all of these rules and regulations and strict guidelines that we find in our everyday life. We just let ourselves go, nurturing our inner playful child. One more breath. Then gently step up and find our tree pose. Whatever that looks like to you. Reaching the arms up above the head, maybe making some swaying tree branches. And release the knee, big inhale, and exhale, making this whatever you want it to be. Just like your life, you can make it whatever you want it to be. Our practice sometimes mirrors our life. Maybe notice how inspired and how creative you're feeling during this practice, or maybe afterwards we feel a little bit more a little bit more inspired. And if not, that's totally okay too. We just got the body moving, the heart pumping. Beautiful. Yes. One more. And then step back into our high lunge. Releasing the arms by the sides. Big inhale. Lift the chest high. And exhale, drop it down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale down. When we fall, we just get right back up. That's what this reminds me of, this little flow. Feeling strong, strengthening the glutes, the quads, open. Beautiful. Take one more nice invigorating breath. Make this movement large. Then inhale to straighten the left leg. Turn to the side of the mat. Ground down through the outer edges of the feet. Take the arms to shoulder height. And fold forward. Keeping the chest at level with the hips. Hold here, connect to your core, connect to your center, your sense of power. Beautiful. Take the hands to the hips. Gently twist to the left side, keeping the hips nice and in line. Just moving from the lumbar spine. Then back through center, over to the right. One more time. You got this. And this next pose is a fun little variation. All right, inhale, lift the chest back up, turn the toes to the corners of the mat, and sink the hips down, coming into goddess pose. Take one breath here. We need to reset. And we can stay here if you like in traditional goddess pose, or we have an option for a fun little variation coming up onto the balls of the feet. Make sure your legs aren't too far apart for this one. Up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, slowly take your chest forward. We can round through the back here, crossing the arms, letting the hands fall to the mat. Just taking your chest as close as you can, letting the head fall. Really sinking into the hips, breathing for this spider pose. One more breath. Embracing any falls or wobbles, especially when we practice new poses. And exhale, plant the feet, walk them back underneath the chest, a little bit closer than hip width apart. And then sink the hips down towards the heels. Getting a nice little ankle stretch here. We're trying to keep the feet flat on the mat and keep the knees together. It's a very intense stretch of the front of the ankle. So if this does not feel good, we can always come into a little toe stand, little lion pose, or a yogi squat. All right, so we're still to the side of the mat. I just wanted to show you that one. Okay, one more breath here. Then lifting up, not all the way. We're getting a nice little quad burn here. So stand almost like chair pose, okay? If we need to use the fingertips for balance, we can. Lifting up onto this left leg, send the right behind and back. It's almost like we're gliding, like we're ice skating. And make this as big and as flowy as you want. As we challenge our balance, we move off the mat. We don't confine ourselves to these boxes, these little spaces. We have room to grow, to change, to challenge ourselves. One more each. Beautiful. And then we can release down to the heels. Turn to the front of the mat. Stepping this right foot up, coming onto the left knee, making a little 90-90 lunge. Going to start to slow the heart rate down a little bit. So inhale, reach the right arm back, left is forward, kind of gracious. Exhale, come to center. Inhale, reach the right hand back, and exhale. Like we're closing a book and opening a book. Beautiful. Noticing your breath and where it's at right now. Taking one more before gently releasing and switching sides. Making our way slowly down onto the mat. Inhale, reach the left arm back. Exhale to close. Working through the shoulder joints, finding some mobility as well as some fun. Beautiful. One more of these. And gently release, coming down, facing the wide edge of the mat, coming into straddle, sending both legs out to the corners of the mat. Flexing the feet, toes back up at the face, externally rotating the legs. We have a chance here to just settle in, surrender, continue to slow ourselves down. Take your awareness back to the breath, back to the sound of it in the nostrils. Take one big inhale and exhale. Maybe start to fold forward. coming down only to wherever feels nice and good to you. Maybe taking little side sways to get there, little rocks back and forth. Or if we want to just rest, you're like, hey, I've had enough movement right now, I just want to relax. You can do that for a few breaths. Opening through the groins. Enjoying the beautiful sound of your own voice. One more big breath here. Then we can lift the chest back up. Take this right leg by the left, kind of coming into staff pose here. Before bending this left knee, crossing it over the right, taking the right elbow and hugging the knee into the chest. Releasing the left hand behind the back for a twist. Nice gentle movements now. And exhale to release, crossing the right knee over. Finding our twist, inhale, lift, and exhale, rotate. Finding a few moments of silence. Just noticing anything that comes up for you. And release the right leg back. Take the arms in front of the chest. Slowly roll down onto the back. Here we go. All right, take the soles of the feet together. Reclined bound angle or a little happy baby variation. Pressing the lower back down into the mat, feeling the support. Coming back to our breath, noticing its natural rhythm at this point in our practice. And taking a little check-in right now, asking yourself if you need anything else to feel complete, to feel that this practice is whole. I invite you to take any positions or any movements now that feel absolutely necessary. So whenever you're ready, we can find our final resting pose, whether that be corpse or child. Let your heart lead you, let it decide, and we can make our way there. And take the last minute of this practice to just be with ourselves in this moment, focusing on our breath. Noticing the sound that it makes as it enters and leaves the nostrils. And just letting the body become heavy. Letting the weight fall down through the mat into the earth. Letting the earth rise up to meet you and support you. Relaxing the muscles of the jaw, of the forehead. Finding stillness. And I leave you here today. I thank you for joining me in this fun yoga dance fusion class. I really, really hope you enjoyed it, and I would love to know your thoughts on this type of movement down below. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me, my friend.